Hello, it's me. Hey y'all, I am introducing you to a more spiritual side of me. And on this side, I'm going to talk about the things I know on the spiritual plane that you may not be aware of. I'm not going to act like I'm the most spiritual person that there is because I'm still learning and growing. But what I do know, I'm going to share it with you. So hold on and hang on, and I'm going to let you know what I know. Hey everybody, welcome to Spiritualista segment, episode 1. My name is Mishy, and I'm bringing you something a little bit different today. Today, I am bringing you the spiritual side of me. And I'm going to talk about some topics that I've been thinking about for a while now, and something that is near and dear to me, and some things that I've experienced. Today's topic is sleep paralysis. It is something that has been a huge source of controversy to many people in this spiritual life and the spiritual world. So what we're going to talk about is what sleep paralysis actually is. Sleep paralysis is a temporary inability to move or speak while falling asleep or waking up, often accompanied by frightening dreamlike hallucinations and a feeling of an evil presence. It occurs when the brain wakes from REM sleep while the body remains in a paralyzed state lasting from a few seconds to 2 minutes. Now, also, common symptoms of sleep paralysis are feeling that one is outside of one's body, chest pressure, or feeling as if someone is standing or sitting on your chest, transient inability to speak or move during sleep transitions, and a sense of suffocating. Also, sleep paralysis causes are disrupted sleep schedules, insufficient sleep, stress and anxiety, sleep disorders, mental health conditions, your sleep position, substance abuse, and underlying medical conditions. Now, let's get into it. Let's address the spiritual side of things. And let's keep in mind that these things are based on a true story. And hello, I'm calling about your car's extended warranty. Yeah, that was a bad mom joke. But anyway, this is another huge source of controversy. Astral projection. Now, I know you're confused and you're saying, what the? But let me tell you what astral projection is. Astral projection is... Come on, screen. Astral projection is the purported experience of one's consciousness or astral body, leaving the physical form to travel in other realms, often described as an out-of-body experience. It is achieved through deep meditation, visualization, and relaxation techniques aimed at spiritual growth or exploration. While often linked to spiritual practices, it is viewed by science as an altered state or a vivid dream. Now, I have my thoughts about that because I have been astral projecting since I was the tender age of 3 years old. At the age of 3, I was walking around the house in the pitch black and wondering why nobody else in my family seemed to be awake. And I'm looking around and wondering why there are no lights on in the house. And I'm like, my sisters are asleep, my parents are asleep, and there is just nothing going on and nobody's moving. And I'm the only one awake. And I couldn't wrap my small 3-year-old brain around the fact that I was the only one awake. And then the next thing you know, I'm back in my bed and my ankle is hurting something awful. Well, it comes to find out later on in life when I really dove into what astral projection is, that I was leaving my body. And that was my spirit walking around the house at the age of 3. And that when I was re-entering my body, I was re-entering my body at my ankle. And that's why I was waking up every night with horrible pain in my ankle because I was yanking on my ankle to get back into my vessel, which was my body. Now, here are my thoughts and facts about astral projection. You can lucid dream and induce yourself into astral projection, which I have done on numerous occasions. You can use lucid dreams as a bridge to initiate conscious astral travel. Yep, been there, done that. And that's a deep trip as well. You can go on the astral plane And that is the belief that one can visit different non-physical dimensions. And I've done that. And that could be a little bit, no, I'm not going to say a little bit, a lot of bit on the scary side. Because on that plane, I have seen D words, which I refuse to give power to. And people in the spiritual life, in the spiritual world, whatever, can tell you what a D word is. It's not a fun thing and to talk about. I've seen those. I've gotten into physical altercations and fought them in that world, and it's not fun. I don't want to give them power. Your type of experiences can be spontaneous, which I've had those. And that's when I encountered D words and had physical fights with them. Or voluntary, like when I knew my ex-boyfriend was using drugs and I wanted to see where he was going at night when he was leaving his house, because I suspected he was back on drugs. And I saw him leaving the house and he kept looking back because he felt like somebody was standing there, and I was in my spiritual self, but he couldn't see me, but I could see him. Safety and control, and it is often noted that one can return to their body immediately by intending to do so, which I know I can and I always do, and I do not have a fear that I won't return, because a lot of people feel like if they astral project, they will not be able to get back into their physical self, but you, my friend, definitely can do so, and I have done so on many occasions. So, there are lots of thoughts and facts about astral projection, and there are some. Now, coming up in the next segment, I'm also going to talk to you guys about how some other facts and things about astral projection that I want to cover as well, so you guys can also better understand it. And then from there, I'm just going to tell you my thoughts and personal feelings about astral projection and try to help you guys better understand it as well. I don't want to get preachy or anything about it, but I'm just going to give it to you raw and how I feel about it. But yeah, it's something that you can do purposely and intentionally, but it is a gift. And I want people to realize that not everybody is going to have this gift. So you might not want to just go searching for it, because it's a gift and gifts are given to people. Now, the benefits of astral projection are spiritual growth, enhanced understanding of yourself, often leading to a belief that one is more than just a physical entity, because we are. Reduced fear of death, personal experience of consciousness existence outside the body, because it is a vessel and we have something inside of our vessel, which is a soul. Don't let anybody tell you any different. I know for a fact we do, because I'm able to astral project. I know this. Exploration, or the ability to explore non-physical dimensions. Like I said, they can be a scary and a wild place. Overcoming fear, understanding the fear, that fear is a common barrier, and that the experience is controllable. Keep a journal. I do keep a dream journal. Documenting experiences help increase recall and control. I document my dreams because I feel like it's important for me to talk about the dreams I had and to be able to interpret them. That's important to me because I always want to know what I dreamt about, be able to interpret it and say, why did I dream about this? What do I think that dream meant? Because sometimes when we dream about things, most of the time when we dream about things, they're not what we think they are. And like I said, your dreaming, especially your lucid dreaming, can be linked to your astral projection. Very much so. I'm telling you. Like when they say, don't ask for a time in a dream, that's a real thing. Don't do it. It's a very real thing. I've never done it because I guess I've always known better. But people can tell you, you can look it up on YouTube, that have decided to venture out and ask for a time in a dream, that it's a wild and trippy experience and that they wish they hadn't done it. I'm never going to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want that experience. It's the dream world is a real world that people don't think is real. When you encounter people, especially your loved ones in your dreams, they usually have a message for you or they want to comfort you. And my dreams, my lucid dreams I've had with my loved ones, they've been very comforting and very loving. If I've ever had experience with them and they weren't, It's because that wasn't them. And sometimes other beings will pose as them, and you will know the difference. And you need to use your discernment and know the difference. Because sometimes they will come into your dreams and try to deter you from your love for your loved ones and your belief in Jesus, God, and the higher beings that are there for your good, and make you believe things that you shouldn't. But always trust your inner instincts, trust your faith, trust your beliefs. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.